Good evening, Honorable Judge. Good evening, esteemed classmates. We are Group 1, composed of the following members: Mr. Atienza, Mr. Faltado, Mr. Macatangay, Mr. Papio, Ms. Pesigan, and yours truly, Briones-Aguila. We respectfully request your kind indulgence as we present a brief video introduction outlining our assigned roles and providing essential background information. Immediately after, we will proceed with our simulation of the trial and the promulgation of judgment for a criminal case of theft before the municipal trial court.
At last, before the hallowed halls of the Metropolitan Trial Court of Caloocan City, where truth is revealed, answers are uncovered, and the compelling pursuit of justice takes its course. Honorable Lazaro S. Macatangay as the presiding judge. Fiscal J. L. Papio as the prosecutor. Attorney Hazzle Marie A. Pesigan as the defense counsel. Ms. Joy Ann Briones-Aguila as the clerk of court. Mr. Ed Jeffrey E. Faltado as the complainant. And Mr. Mel Anthony I. Atienza as the accused. Prepared by Savian 4th-year law students in Practice Core 2 class, let us all witness Group 1 in their simulation exercise of trial and promulgation of judgment on criminal case number 5678 entitled People of the Philippines vs. Atienza for theft, involving a Rolex watch. "20 days after the arraignment and pretrial conference, the presentation of prosecution's evidence commences on January 30th, 2025.
All rise! The court is now in session. Silence is hereby enjoined. Honorable Lazaro Macatangay presiding.
Clerk Court, please lead the prayer.
Almighty God, we stand in your holy presence as our supreme judge. We humbly beseech you to bless us and inspire us so that what we think, say, and do will be in accordance with your will. Enlighten our minds, strengthen our spirit, and fill our hearts with fraternal love, wisdom, and understanding, so that we can become effective channels of truth, justice, and peace. In our proceedings today, guide us in the path of righteousness for the fulfillment of your greater glory. Amen.
You may all take your seats. Clerk of Court, call the case, please.
Criminal case number 5678, entitled People of the Philippines vs. Mel Anthony Atienza y Infantado et al. For theft.
Appearances, please.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Respectfully appearing for the prosecution.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Respectfully appearing as counsel for the accused.
Are you ready for the initial presentation of the prosecution's evidence today?
Yes, Your Honor. May we call on our sole witness for the prosecution, Mr. Ed Jeffrey E. Faltado, Your Honor.
Proceed. Swear in the witness.
Please raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth and nothing but the truth before this honorable court?
Yes, ma'am.
You may now take your seat, Mr. Witness. Please state your full name, age, address, and other personal circumstances.
I am Ed Jeffrey E. Faltado, 33 years old, married and presently residing at Calapan City, Oriental, Mindoro.
The witness is ready.
Your Honor, we are offering the testimony of the witness to prove the material allegation in the information filed against Mel Anthony Infantado Atienza for theft. The witness will identify the pertinent documents submitted in this case. He will identify the accused, and he will also testify on other matters relevant to this case, Your Honor.
Proceed, Fiscal.
In connection with this case, Mr. Witness, do you remember having executed a complaint affidavit before Prosecutor J.L. Papio?
Yes, sir.
If that complaint affidavit is shown to you, will you be able to identify the same?
Yes, sir.
I am presenting to you, Mr. Witness, a document marked as Exhibit A consisting of 3 pages. Will you please tell the Honorable Court what relation this document has to the document you have executed before Prosecutor J.L. Papio?
Yes, sir. This is the same document I'm referring to.
There is a signature, Mr. Witness, on the 3rd page above the name Ed Jeffrey E. Faltado. Whose signature is that?
That is my signature, sir.
There is also a signature at the bottom of the same page. Could you recognize the signature that is?
That is the signature of the prosecutor, sir.
How did you know, Mr. Witness, that that signature is the signature of Prosecutor J.L. Papio?
I was present when he affixed his signature, sir.
Before signing the document, did you read the contents of this document, Mr. Witness?
Yes, sir.
Under your present oath, do you affirm and confirm the correctness and truthfulness of the contents of this document, Mr. Witness?
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, we would like to manifest for the record that the document identified to by the witness has already been marked as Exhibit A, and we request that the 2nd page of the document be marked as Exhibit A-1. The 3rd page of the document be marked as Exhibit A-2. The name and signature of the witness on page 3 be bracketed and be marked as Exhibit A-3, and the name and signature of the prosecutor at the bottom of the same page be bracketed and be marked as Exhibit A-4, Your Honor.
Mark it.
Your Honor, may we move that the complaint affidavit identified by the witness form part of the direct testimony?
Granted.
May we be also allowed to ask additional questions, Your Honor?
Proceed, Fiscal.
Mr. Witness, do you know the accused Mel Anthony Infantado Atienza?
Yes, sir.
Is he present in this courtroom?
Yes, sir.
Can you please point to him?
Yes, sir.
Please stand up and state your full name.
I am Mel Anthony Atienza, ma'am.
Witness pointed to a man who's wearing a black shirt and who, when asked of his name, answered by the name Mel Anthony Atienza.
Mr. Witness, you stated in your complaint affidavit that you have a Rolex watch, which is the subject of this case. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
I am showing you photos of a Rolex watch marked as Exhibit B. Can you tell the Honorable Court what the relation of the watch in these photos to the case is?
Yes, sir. These are the photos of the Rolex watch, which is the subject matter of this case.
Mr. Witness, you also stated that the said Rolex watch is valued at 1,100,000 pesos as shown in its receipt. I am showing you an original receipt of a Rolex watch amounting to 1,100,000 pesos marked as Exhibit C. Can you confirm if this is the same receipt that you are referring to?
Yes, sir. This is the same receipt I'm referring to.
Your Honor, as to the original value, may we request that the court take judicial notice of the depreciation, if any, of the value of the Rolex watch, Your Honor?
Noted, Defense Counsel. Please proceed, Fiscal.
Mr. Witness, do you have any other proof of ownership of the said Rolex watch?
Yes, sir. I have a Rolex service card.
I am showing you a Rolex service card marked as Exhibit T. Can you tell the Honorable Court if this is the same Rolex service card you are referring to?
Yes, sir. This is the same Rolex service card I'm referring to.
Mr. Witness, do you have any proof to show that you were wearing the Rolex watch when you were with the accused?
Yes, sir. Actually, I uploaded on Facebook a photo, the two of us, while I was wearing the Rolex watch at the KTV bar at Thomas Morato Avenue, Quezon City.
I have here with me a printed screenshot of the Facebook photo of you wearing the Rolex watch when you were with the accused. Can you tell the honorable court if this photo is the one you have uploaded on Facebook?
Yes, sir. This is indeed the photo I uploaded on my Facebook account.
Your Honor, we respectfully request that the printed screenshot be marked as our Exhibit F.
Mark it.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Witness, you stated in your complaint affidavit that the watch was already missing when you were with the accused. Do you also have a proof that the watch was already missing while you were still with the accused?
I am just sure that I was still wearing it when I was with him. But it was gone when he got off the taxi.
Objection, Your Honor. We move to strike the answer of the witness for being unresponsive to the question.
And let the answer of the witness be stricken off the record for being unresponsive. Please continue, Fiscal.
I am true with the witness, Your Honor.
Cross-examination, please.
I have a few questions, Your Honor. With the kind
Okay.
permission of the Honorable Court,
Proceed.
Mr. Witness, you stated in your complaint affidavit that at around 8 p.m. on November 21, 2024, you were already drinking alcoholic beverages with the accused. Am I correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you confirm how long this drinking session lasted?
It lasted at around 11 p.m.
Can you tell this honorable court the name of the alcoholic beverage you were drinking?
It was a Johnny Walker, ma'am, blended Scotch whiskey.
Mr. Witness, can you also tell this honorable court if you remember how many bottles you consumed?
3 bottles, ma'am.
Would you agree with me that this kind of drink can easily intoxicate a person?
Objection, Your Honor. The question elicits an opinion, Your Honor.
Your Honor, I'm only asking the witness if he knows.
Sustain. Reform your question, Counsel.
Yes, Your Honor. Going back, Mr. Witness, would you agree with me that on the night of the incident, you got very drunk and as a matter of fact, you felt dizzy and sleepy?
No, ma'am, I was not drunk.
But would you agree with me that dizziness and sleepiness are symptoms of intoxication?
No, it's normal to feel sleepy and dizzy when it's already late at night.
But is it correct that the accused had to help you board a taxi because you were completely dizzy?
Yes, ma'am.
So, you acknowledge that his help was mainly due to your condition at that time and not for any other purpose.
Objection, Your Honor. The question is speculative.
Sustain. Counsel, go to another point.
We submit, Your Honor. Mr. Witness, do you still remember if you were still wearing your watch when you boarded the taxi?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you actually see the accused take off your watch from your wrist?
I'm sure that he was the one who took my watch because he was the last person I was with that night.
And no, Mr. Witness, my question is answerable by yes or no. Going back to my question, did you actually see the accused take off your watch from your wrist?
No, ma'am.
That's all, Your Honor. I'm through with the witness.
Redirect.
Yes, Your Honor. A few questions, Your Honor.
Please proceed.
Mr. Witness, you mentioned earlier during your cross-examination that you were having a drinking session, right?
Yes, sir.
Can you tell this court how many people you were drinking with, including the accused, during that time?
There were 4 of us, sir.
During your cross-examination, you also mentioned that you and your friends drank 3 bottles of Johnny Walker which is a Scotch whiskey blend, right?
Yes, sir.
Would you say that the amount of that kind of liquor would intoxicate you?
No, sir.
How high is your alcohol tolerance, Mr. Witness?
Objection, Your Honor. The question is leading.
Your Honor, I was just want to establish the level of tolerance of the witness to ascertain his mental condition at the time.
Sustain. Reform your question, Counsel.
Okay, Your Honor. Mr. Witness, can you tell the court if you believe your alcohol tolerance affected your behavior or state of mind that night?
No, sir, it did not.
Thank you. No further questions, Your Honor.
Prosecution, this is noted. Defense, recross,
Yes, Your Honor.
please proceed.
Mr. Witness, you mentioned earlier that there were 4 of you drinking. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Would you know who had the most liquor intake?
No, ma'am.
But would you agree with me that you were the only one who got dizzy and sleepy?
No, ma'am.
No more questions, Your Honor.
Noted. So the witness is excused. Public prosecutor, do you have any witness to present in this case?
Your Honor, I do not have any other witnesses to present. May we move to offer our evidence orally?
Proceed, please.
Your Honor, we are offering the following documentary exhibits. Exhibit A, the sworn complaint affidavit of the complainant and its sub-markings to prove that the accused, on the night of the incident in question, committed the crime of theft. Exhibit B, Your Honor, is a photograph of the Rolex watch to prove the subject matter of this case, Your Honor. Exhibit C is the receipt of the Rolex watch to prove the amount thereof. Exhibit D is the Rolex service card to prove the ownership of the complainant of the subject Rolex watch. Exhibit F, printed screenshot of the uploaded photo on Facebook to prove that the subject Rolex watch was still on the person of the complainant while he and the accused were still together. As to Exhibit E, we are no longer offering the said exhibit. That would be all for the prosecution, Your Honor.
Any comments or opposition, counsel for the accused?
Yes, Your Honor. As to Exhibit A, Your Honor, we are objecting to the offer of the said evidence on the ground that the sworn statement of the said witness was all just based on assumptions and speculations, Your Honor. As to Exhibits B, C, D, and F, they are being objected to for being self-serving. That would be all, Your Honor.
Understood. So Exhibit A, B, C, D, and F, despite of objection, are admitted for the purpose which this exhibit were offered. So what is your pleasure now, public prosecutor?
Your Honor, with the admission of our documentary evidence, the prosecution formally rests its case.
Granted. Order. So in today's initial presentation of prosecution's evidence, present were private complainant, the public prosecutor, the defense counsel, and the accused. The prosecution's lone witness concluded his testimony. Thereafter, the public prosecutor offered this evidence orally, and the counsel for the accused made her objection opposition thereto. With the admission of its documentary evidence, the prosecution formally rested its case. So, set the initial presentation of the defense evidence on April 10, 2025 at 2 o'clock in the afternoon as previously scheduled. So ordered.
70 days after the presentation of the prosecution's evidence, the presentation of defense evidence commences on April 10, 2025. The session was called to order, the clerk of court led the ecumenical prayer, and the case was called.
Appearances, please.
Good afternoon, Your Honor, respectfully appearing for the prosecution.
Good afternoon, Your Honor, respectfully appearing as counsel for the accused.
Are you ready with the initial presentations of the defense evidence today?
Yes, Your Honor. May we call on our sole witness for the defense, Mr. Mel Anthony Atienza, Your Honor.
Proceed. Swear in the witness.
Please raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth and nothing but the truth before this honorable court?
Yes, ma'am.
You may now take your seat, Mr. Witness. Please state your full name, age, address, and other personal circumstances.
I am Mel Anthony Infantado Atienza, 28 years old, single, and presently residing at Balayan, Batangas.
The witness is ready.
Your Honor, we are offering the testimony of the witness to deny the material allegation in the information filed against him for theft. The witness will identify the pertinent documents submitted in this case, and he will also testify on other matters relevant to this case, Your Honor.
Proceed, Counsel.
Mr. Witness, do you remember having executed a counter affidavit?
Yes, ma'am, I do remember having executed a counter affidavit.
If this counter affidavit is shown to you, will you be able to identify the same?
Yes, ma'am, I'll be able to identify.
I am showing to you a counter affidavit executed by one Mel Anthony Infantado Atienza. Can you tell the Honorable Court the relation of this document to the counter affidavit you said you executed?
Yes, ma'am, this is the same counter affidavit I am referring to.
On page 2 of this counter affidavit, there appears a signature above the name Mel Anthony I. Atienza. Can you kindly tell this Honorable Court whose signature this is?
Certainly, ma'am, that is my signature.
There is also a signature at the bottom of the same page. Could you recognize whose signature that is?
Yes, ma'am, that is the signature of Prosecutor J.L. Papio.
How did you know that that is the signature of Prosecutor J.L. Papio?
Ma'am, I was present when he affixed his signature.
Mr. Witness, before signing the document, did you read the contents of this document?
Yes, ma'am, I've read the contents of that document.
Under your present oath, do you affirm and confirm the correctness and truthfulness of the contents of this document?
Yes, ma'am, I do affirm and confirm the correctness and veracity of the contents of that document.
Thank you, Mr. Witness. Your Honor, we would like to manifest that the witness has identified his counter affidavit, which was marked as Exhibit 1. May we request that the second page of the document be marked as our Exhibit 1-A? The name and signature of the witness on page 2 be bracketed and be marked as our Exhibit 1-B. And the name and signature of the administering officer at the bottom of the same page be bracketed and be marked as our Exhibit 1-C.
Okay, mark it.
Thank you, Your Honor. We are adopting the counter affidavit executed by the accused as his direct testimony. That would be all, Your Honor.
Cross-examination.
Yes, Your Honor. Cross-examination with the kind permission of the Honorable Court.
Proceed, Counsel.
Mr. Witness, am I correct that the incident occurred after the drinking spree with the complainant?
Yes, sir, that is correct.
Am I also correct in stating that you boarded a taxi with the private complainant after the drinking spree?
That is also correct, sir.
What was your purpose for getting into the same taxi as a private complainant?
Sir, my purpose was to ensure the safety of the complainant because the complainant was clearly too intoxicated to travel alone that night.
Were you able to see the complainant to his hotel?
No, sir, I wasn't able to.
But wasn't it your purpose for getting into the taxi with him to ensure his safety?
Yes, sir.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Redirect.
Yes, Your Honor.
Proceed.
Mr. Witness, you mentioned during your cross-examination that you were not able to see the complainant to his hotel. Why?
Ma'am, I made a last-minute decision to get off the taxi at my own place since his hotel was already near.
Were you able to see the subject Rolex watch on the wrist of the complainant before you alighted the taxi?
Objection, Your Honor. The question goes beyond the scope of the cross-examination.
Sustain. Defense counsel, do you have any other questions that are within the purview of the cross-examination?
No more, Your Honor. That would be all.
This is noted. Prosecution, recross?
No recross, Your Honor.
All right, so I noted. I have just some clarificatory question with the defense witness. So, Mr. Witness, there were 4 of you drinking that night. Am I correct?
Yes, Your Honor, that is correct.
Okay, so you also mentioned that the private complainant was drunk, which prompted you to board the taxi to assist him, correct?
That is also correct, Your Honor.
So why did you choose to accompany the private complainant instead of the 2 other persons you were drinking with?
Your Honor, I accompanied him instead of the 2 others because he was the most intoxicated.
Okay, so that's all the clarificatory questions. So that the witness is excused. Defense counsel, do you have any other witness to present in this case?
Your Honor, I do not have any other witnesses to present. May we move to offer our evidence orally?
Okay, proceed.
Your Honor, we are offering the sole documentary exhibit for the defense. Exhibit 1, the counter affidavit of the accused and its sub-markings. The purpose of this exhibit is to deny the allegations mentioned in the complaint affidavit, Your Honor. As to Exhibit 2, we are no longer offering the said exhibit. That would be all for the defense, Your Honor.
Any comment or opposition from the public prosecutor?
Yes, Your Honor. As to Exhibit 1, Your Honor, we are objecting to the offer of the said evidence on the ground that the counter affidavit of the accused is self-serving, Your Honor.
Understood. So Exhibit 1 and its submarkings, despite of the objections, are admitted for the purposes for which these exhibits were offered. So what is the pleasure now of the defense counsel?
With the admission of our documentary evidence, the defense formally rests its case, Your Honor.
Okay, granted. Order. So in today's initial presentations of the defense evidence, present were the private complainant, the public prosecutor, the defense counsel, and accused. So the defense's lone witness concluded his testimony. Thereafter, the defense counsel offered her evidence orally, and the public prosecutor made his objection and opposition thereto. With the admission of its documentary evidence, the defense formally rested its case. So, wherefore, let this case be submitted for the decision. Set the promulgation of the decision on July 4th, 2025, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So ordered.
86 days after the submission of the case for decision, the promulgation of judgment transpires on July 4th, 2025. The session was called to order, the clerk of court led the ecumenical prayer, and the case was called.
Appearances, please.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Respectfully appearing for the prosecution.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Respectfully appearing as counsel for the accused.
Is the accused present?
Yes, Your Honor. The accused is present in court.
Is the accused ready for the promulgation of judgment?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you want the entire decision to be read or just the dispositive portion?
Just the dispositive portion, Your Honor.
Okay, promulgate the decision.
To the accused, I will now read the decision in criminal case number 5678. the dispositive portion of which is as follows. Wherefore, premises considered, the court finds the accused, Mel Anthony Atienza E. Infantado, not guilty for failure of the prosecution to prove the guilt of the accused beyond reasonable doubt.
So ordered.
Your Honor, considering the acquittal of the accused, may we move for the release of the cash bond posted by the accused for his provisional liberty?
Granted. To order. In today's promulgation of judgment, present were the private complainant, the public prosecutor, the defense counsel, and the accused. So the decision in this case was read in open court in the presence of the private complainant, the public prosecutor, and the defense counsel and the accused. Let the decision in this case be entered into the criminal docket of this court, as prayed for by the counsel of the accused, that the cash bond posted by the accused under official receipt number 91011 in the amount of 36,000 pesos be released in favor upon the presentation of the original receipt. So ordered. So please don't forget to sign the minutes of the proceeding. Any other cases?
No more cases left to hear, Your Honor. All rise. The session will now adjourn.
Session adjourned.
Salamat sa korteng ito sa paniniwala sa tama at katotohanang wala sa akin ng Rolex watch. Nanaig na ang hustisya.